They just can't.
Is current leader and the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, a man who is honorable even before he went into Parliament. Comrade leader Mark Golden. Comrades all on the platform, comrades in the audience, and of course, my brethren, the man that is the reason why we are here today, the Vice President of the party, the Mayor of Spanish Town, and the candidate for Southeast St. Elizabeth, Comrade Norman Scott. Respect you. But comrades, I want to say just a few things to you this evening, because I hear them say when we got a meeting, if we talk about what we are going to do. But me still believe say at least one somebody still have to talk about what them are going with. At least one of we must talk about what them going on with. And I stand here this evening like Comrade Peter Bunting, not afraid of anybody who might want to sue or do anything like that. Because I stand here this evening to say me shame because my Prime Minister is a liar. And when I was growing up in Bamboo in St. Anne, my granny tell me say, every liar I said the Prime Minister is a liar because when Justice Panton said there are people who don't read the report, I never meme attack. Because I have read the report. And if you go to page 17 of the report, it says that on August 31, 2023, the Prime Minister met with the Integrity Commission at the office of the Prime Minister, and they told him that he has assets that are, there's a possibility that he has assets that are disproportionate to his lawful income. It means that him own more than what him can afford. That is what we call illicit enrichment. It is in the report. When the Prime Minister come and threaten to sue people, what he is attempting to do, and to be frank, he has succeeded in doing it, because civil society and the media get scared and no longer want to talk about it. But it is in the report that the Prime Minister of this country knew more than 1 year ago that he was under investigation for illicit enrichment. We don't want a Prime Minister like that. We want a Prime Minister that when him talk, we can believe what he says. If the Prime Minister knows that the discussion about illicit enrichment was the most topical issue in the country for a year, and he was under investigation and assessor to nobody, what else is he hiding from the people of this country? So, I am not going to be afraid to talk because him say him a go sue people. I realize that the Labour Party is trying to say that their administration is the best administration. It is a lie from the pit of hell. It is a lie from the pit of hell because the Labour Party, by any measurement, is currently failing the people of this country. And for some strange reason, whenever we say that they are failing in how they are dealing with education or health care, they make it look like we say them get zero. when we used to go to school, comrade leader, you never forget zero for fail. If you get under 50%, if 50 is the pass mark, you fail, you know. So if you get 49%, but a 50 at the pass mark, you fail, man. So when we say they are failing, it does not mean that they have done nothing at all. So it is true that Tufton has fixed the health center. But when it comes on to the delivery of health care, he is failing because people are being admitted and sitting on chairs and laying down on cardboards. Thus he's getting a failing grade for the Ministry of Health. When we say that Flavel is failing, it doesn't mean that she hasn't given out 10 tablets, even though it's 400,000 students we have. It does not mean that she has not given out a whiteboard, but it means that only 18% of students are passing 5 subjects, to include maths and English. 1 in every 5. They are failing the children of this country. When we say that they are failing re-infrastructure, it don't mean that they have not built any road at all. But what it means is that the road network in Jamaica is in the worst condition that it has ever been, because everywhere you go, you have your dodge from pothole on the public roads in Jamaica. When we say they are failing with crime, it does not mean that they have not bought 1 or 2 police vehicles or a bulletproof vest here and there. But what it means is that when they took over, murders were at 1,200, and for every single year of this government, the murders in this country have been more than where they inherited it. What it means is that because of their state of emergency, they have displaced criminals, and so now you have murders taking place in some peaceful area where it never used to happen before. Some place in St. Elizabeth, some place in Manchester, some place in Clarendon, and in Westmoreland that we now have murders. We never used to have those sort of crimes before. When we say they are failing cost of living, we're not saying that they're not doing nothing at all. But what we are saying is that if you go to the supermarket now, every single person that walk up to the cashier leaves something at the cashier counter because they cannot afford what they put in the basket. How can it be that Southeast St. Elizabeth as the junior minister of agriculture, Southwest St. Elizabeth as the full minister of agriculture, St. Elizabeth produced a quarter of the food in Jamaica? There's a hurricane that affects St. Elizabeth, and with the junior minister and the minister of agriculture, we have farmers within the parish of St. Elizabeth who can't get seeds, who can't get fertilizer, who can't get access to farm road, who can't get access to land, who have no storage, where there's no irrigation, there is no money to help them farm. It is a disgrace. They want to tell us that they are doing well. Agriculture employs the most people in the country, but it does not make the most contribution to the country. How can it be that Floyd Greenwood tell me say him a good minister of agriculture, and Frank Wan say him a good deputy, when they have not taken one item out of the importation basket in this country? Between the 8 years that they have been there, the country's importation bill has almost doubled. All this government cares about is to give importation permits to them friend, and they are killing the local farmers of this country. How can it be that man will run hardware, man will run haberdashery, them get importation permit for onion when the farmers in St. Elizabeth have onion that them reap and it has spoiled because their member of parliament has given out a permit that caused them not to be able to sell their produce. Time come now. It is time for the PNP supporters to get serious, that by any means necessary that is peaceful and lawful, we are going out there with the power of the pencil, and when they call that election, I don't care what the name of the person representing the PNP, me I look for the head and I'm casting my X squarely beside the head. Scotty, I'm a friend and a good representative. But when you go out there for vote, this is not about Scotty. This is about the future of our country. This is about the PNP rescuing Jamaica from this cruel and corrupt and wicked administration. So comrades, I just want to appeal to you that you have to go out there. I have to friend up who you have to friend up. You have to get things right. You have to go do the canvas. You have to get the workers them in place. Because it is not long from now that they will have to go to the people. Because we see them running around about them one called by-election after by-election. We are saying tonight that we refuse to continue with a prime minister who has no respect locally, regionally, or internationally. We refuse to continue with a prime minister that is under investigation. We refuse to continue with a prime minister that is taking the laws of the country to fight against corruption to court to try and strike them down. We want decent people in leadership, people that we can be proud of. So we said to the Labour Party from Junction in St. Elizabeth, no matter with the by-election, call the general election. No, let us go to the polls because time come and we choose change. The word is love.